Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth according to the Bible. And what is that truth? That truth is that blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the 12 tribes of Israel, you understand? And nobody else, you understand? That the Bible proves, and history proves, and all kind of archaeology and prophecy within the Bible proves that blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the 12 tribes of Israel. And inside of that truth, you got to understand that there are some responsibilities, right? We always bring out the same responsibilities. You got to keep the law. We got to do what the Lord tells us to do. And that's not easy, right? It's not easy to do what the law tells us to do and do what the Lord has told us to do. You understand? Because we always have these things that prevent us from doing that, right? You say you don't want to celebrate Christmas, but then you mess around and you go to your mama house and you got a tree and you celebrating Christmas, opening Christmas presents and doing all kind of things that you're not supposed to do, right? But what we're gonna talk about tonight, you understand? Oh, we back. So yeah, what you got to understand is that those things that keep you from doing what the Lord wants you to do, those are demons. You understand? That's what a demon is. A demon is not some figure with horns and red and spits out fire. You understand? A demon is not something magical thing that you know what I mean. That's what they show you on cartoons. You understand? Just like the devil is not some big red figure that sits under the earth. You understand? That's not what a devil is. That's not what the demon is. You understand? And we're gonna talk about what it is a demon is tonight. You understand? Because what a demon is something that keeps you from doing what the Lord wants you to do. That's all the demon is. It's not difficult, man. The Lord has a job, right? He has a job for us, and that's to do what He tells us to do. And the devil's job is to keep you from doing that. The devil's job is to keep you from serving the laws, to keep you from going to Passover. You understand? What you hear about is a Passover demon, and some demon that keep folks from going to the Passover every year. You hear about demons that make you want to eat pork. You understand? And we're going to talk about ways to fight those demons and learn what we should do and what we shouldn't. All right? So we're going to start off in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16. We're gonna start off very light, then we're gonna get into it. Yeah, if you online, check in. The water for checking in, sis. You know what I mean? The water for checking in. If you got any questions, type them in the chat. If you got any questions in the room, raise your hand and we can get to the room. We can answer your questions here in the room and we can go from there. Got special guests in the building tonight, you know what I'm saying? Most High Christ, good to see them in the building. You understand? You got that from the word? 2 Corinthians chapter 6. So let's read that.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 16. And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?
Says, what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? You understand that the temple of God has no agreement with idols. You know, you can't in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, you can't bring idols into the temple. You understand? You can't bring a Christmas tree into the temple because that's an idol. You understand?
Right.
You can't bring your like you might be able to do that in the Christian church, right? You can wear your Halloween outfit to church, but you can't do that inside the ISUPK. You can't do that in the temple of the Lord. You understand? There's no agreement with the temple of God and idols. Keep going.
Oh God, for ye are the temple of the living God.
Ye are what?
Ye are the temple of the living God.
So if you couldn't bring a Christmas tree into the temple of God, you couldn't bring pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster into the temple of God. You couldn't bring the idols of the idolatry into the temple of God, right? You couldn't do any of that. What makes you think that you should be doing that?
Right.
You shouldn't be celebrating Thanksgiving. You understand? You shouldn't be doing the evil and the idols and doing all those things that you ain't supposed to do, right? Because ye are the temple of God. So you have to do the same thing that the temple, that we do in the temple, you got to do that in real life. You understand? That's what you got to do in your physical life, all right?
Right.
Keep going.
God, ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them.
Right.
and I will be their God.
Right, keep going.
And they shall be my people.
So what it look like you being a child of God, you being knowing that you got the truth, knowing you are an Israelite, knowing that you are supposed to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, knowing that the Lord will dwell in us. You understand? And walk with us and walk in us. And he will be our God and we are his people. You understand? What it look like knowing that truth. And we still celebrate these disgusting holidays.
Right.
You understand? We still do what these holidays tell us to do. We still, you know what I mean, celebrating birthdays and still doing the things that we're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? But what it is, and we're going to get into it a little bit more, you know what I mean? We're going to get a little bit into it tomorrow. I don't want to jump ahead. Keep going, Warrior. We're going to read a little bit more.
Come, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate.
It says, wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate. What you supposed to come out from among? Somebody said, what are we supposed to come out from among? Who are we supposed to come out from among? And what does that mean? We supposed to be separate. What are we supposed to come out from among? Go ahead, Kuna.
From away from our heathens, from the heathens, the oppressor.
Right. Well, from the heathens and the oppressor, but you can't come away from the heathens and the oppressor because you got to go to slavery, right? Go ahead. You raising your hand. You close to it. I ain't saying you wrong. You right on it, but I need you to be a little more specific. What we got to come out of and be separate from, because we got to go amongst them. We live with them every day. Just like you saw walking up the hall to get here. They had Christmas trees walking up there. You can't come out from among them. So what do you have to do? What do you have to come out from? What do you got to separate from? Let him answer. You on it? You think? Come on with it, True.
I would say from the belief system.
From their belief system, right? From their action.
How they teach the pagan holidays and stuff.
That's right.
That's
right.
right.
That's right. Now, I'm going to ask you another question because you 100% don't get that, brother. Hey, damn right. Right? So we got to come out from their belief system, right? And that belief system is their what? It starts with a C. What is that belief system? Go ahead. Huh? Christianity. That's true. But the Christianity is their what? It's their, just like the law, statutes, and commandments are our what? It's our culture, right? The law, statutes, and commandments are our culture. Celebrating Christianity is their culture. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's in their fabric. Just like Christianity is a culture of America. You know what I mean? Just if you were to say that, if you were to come here and you were to say that you don't want to be a Christian, you know what I'm saying? You are something radical. You know what I mean? For you to say that I'm not going to put a Christmas tree in my house, you are a radical thinker. Right. Because the culture of America is to celebrate Christmas. Everybody does it. Everybody in the world does it. You can't go a day without seeing a Christmas tree after Thanksgiving. Damn, they can't go a day without a Christmas tree before Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? You're going to always see these. This is the culture. Christianity is the culture. What did you learn when you were in school? I pledge allegiance to the flag, right? That was what you learned in school because that's their culture. So what you have to do is you got to come out from that. You got to separate from that. So you got to fight that demon by coming out from among them. You can't be with them when they're in their culture. You got to separate from that. You know what I'm saying? You got to separate from their culture. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
The Lord says, if you touch not that unclean thing, he will receive you. You understand? That's what you have to do. You got to come out from the culture of America, which is celebrating birthdays. Come out from the culture of America, which is celebrating Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day and all those things. You got to come out from that. You understand? I know it's difficult to say I don't want to celebrate Christmas anymore. You know what I'm saying? You celebrated for 30 years. It's hard to say I don't want to celebrate Christmas no more. But you have to come out from that. You got to separate from that. That's got to be something important. Because if we do separate from it, he says that he will be what? What will he be? He will receive us, right? He will receive it. Keep going. And he will do what?
Come.
Verse 18.
Touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Keep going.
Verse 18. And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, said the Lord Almighty.
Damn right. He says if we do that, we don't touch that unclean thing, he will be our father. And we will be his sons and daughters. You understand? Now, if you are a son of the Lord, that means he'll do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? Just like you would do anything for your son if he would have asked you for it.
Right.
If I'm telling you right now, young man, if you was to ask your daddy for $200 on the PlayStation, he would give it to you. You understand? He might not give it to you at once, but he gonna give it to you. So you understand, that's what you got to do, is you got to understand that the Lord will be your father, and we will be his sons and daughters. You understand? Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4 through 7. Quinai, get that for me, and then Zalma, let's go to Matthew chapter 12. Yeah, Matthew 12, 43. Chapter 10, verse 4. Second Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. So Christ offers in the pots, right?
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4.
Everybody got it? All right. You got it.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal. You understand? And you got to understand that once you come to the ISUPK, you realize that life is all about warfare, because we have to fight every single day. You got to fight these demons. You got to fight the things that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight what that will that wants you to go out here and celebrate. The will to go out here and eat that connected sausage. You got to fight that will. You understand? Because that's what you've been doing for so long. You've been doing it for all your life. Now you have to fight it. You understand? That's why Commander Junior Hunter says that life is about warfare, because that's what we have to do. We got to fight to do what's right, man. You understand? Because if you don't fight it, you're going to fall victim. And you're going to fall victim to that demon. You got to fight that demon, man. You understand? That's what you got to do. And what General Muhammad say, he does not give you what he say? You are not allowed to die. You understand? You ain't allowed to die. You ain't allowed to fail. So we got to fight this demon. All right? Keep going, Ward.
Come. But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
So like start back up at the top. So like
Come. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So if the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, what are those weapons? Well, if they're not carnal, then they got to be what? They got to be spiritual, right? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They're not physical. They're spiritual. Because it's not a physical fight that you fight, right? Just like they say all the time, right? Like you go out here, and I talk to a brother, man. I got a friend of mine in the world. They talk about, are you ready for war? He's talking about what kind of weapons we got. We got any kind of M16s. You got, you know what I mean? They want to make sure we got shotguns, grenades, and all those kinds of things. But the problem is that if you don't have the Lord with you, it don't matter what you got.
Right.
You understand? It don't matter what kind of weapons you have. You can have tanks. You can have all these different things, right? And it's not going to happen. It's not going to work out for you, because our warfare is not carnal. It's spiritual. You understand? Then you also see with money. Everybody want to have a bag. Everybody want money. But you can see that just because you got money don't mean you're going to have a good life.
Right.
You understand? Joe Smith, man, how much? $31 million? Is that what he said? He had like $31 million. Now he got $3,000. If you got money, you ain't got the Lord, you ain't got nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as you can say you got the Lord if you're in the Christian church, but they the same way. They ain't got nothing because they don't have the Lord inside them. You understand? So yeah, Joe Smith is a crazy situation, man, with what he got going on with his reel. Y'all make sure you be wise when you pick a wheel. That's the thing, right? I don't mean to go off on this tangent, but that's what you gotta be. You gotta be wise when you go out and you choose who you're gonna be with for the rest of your life. You can't go out here and just pick anybody. You gotta use wisdom. You gotta be smart in what you do. Just like for the sisters. Anybody you go out here and lay down with, you gotta make sure you're wise and you're using wisdom to do what you're supposed to do. You understand? All right. That's that on that. All right, pick up at Butt Mighty. Keep going, Gordon.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
So we got to pull down strongholds. What are those strongholds? What we've been talking about? Y'all give me some strongholds, man. Y'all tell me what are some strongholds. Young man knows some strongholds. What is a stronghold then? Y'all tell me that. If you don't know what any strongholds, what is a stronghold? And if you don't know what stronghold is, just pull up the definition. Y'all done heard of stronghold before, right? They got to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? We in class. I ain't expecting perfection. We in there getting better. We working on ourselves. You got it, young man?
I'd say, like, well, belief system, like you defend what you believe.
That's right. A system, right? It's a belief system, something you defend, right? This is the definition of a stronghold. A stronghold is a place that has been fortified so as to protect it against attack, right? And then a second definition is a place where a particular cause or belief is strongly defended or upheld. Now, some strong beliefs that are upheld in America are some of the ones we just talked about, right? Like Christmas, like Thanksgiving, you know what I mean? Like eating shrimp, crab, and lobster, like mistreating your people, you know what I'm saying? Those are strongly held beliefs, you understand? That's a strong held belief. And you have to tear those strong held beliefs down, right? Beliefs down, right? It says, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. So you can't pull those strongholds down by yourself, right? Just like that brother out there, he said he a Hebrew Israelite, but who is he a Hebrew Israelite with? You understand? You can't do this by yourself. You got to be a brother in this. Right. You got to have brotherhood. What you learn inside the ISUPK is that you got to have brotherhood. Brotherhood is a weapon. You understand? So out here being by yourself, you're not going to be able to pull these strongholds down by yourself. You understand? So we have to pull these strongholds down through the Most High. Keep going.
Verse 5. Casting down imaginations.
Casting down imaginations. You understand? We all know what an imagination is. When you look at the Bible and your Christian pastor tells you that when you can eat shrimp, crab, and lobster, right? When you can show them clearly inside the Bible that you're not supposed to do this. That's an imagination. That's your imagination talking to you, right? That's your imagination. That's a demon that's talking to you, telling you that you don't have to do what the Lord say, right? Just like we talked about with Peter in his vision when he had the cloth come down. You remember that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about when he had the cloth come down, he saw the animals, and the Lord told him to rise, kill, and eat. Now your Christian pastor tell you that that ain't what that means. You can get up and eat.
Right.
But Peter said not so. You understand? Because they have that imagination. You got to make sure that your imagination ain't telling you to go out here and do evil, to go out here and do wrong. You understand? We can't do that. Because we got to do what the Lord says, what his Bible says, all right? Casting down imagination, keep going.
Casting down imagination and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God.
Break that down for me, Warrior. What does that mean? And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. What does that mean? What is a high thing that exalts themselves against the knowledge of God? You got it. It don't matter. You got it.
I'm gonna say doing your own will, putting things before God. So
Right.
living like in the world like the heathens, you basically going against them.
All right. You own it. You own it. That ain't what I'm looking for though. You own it. You close to it. What is the high thing that exalted itself? The high thing that exalts itself, right?
I'm gonna give a guess at it. I guess other nations, they belief system, probably even the Arabs.
Right. And the Muslim beliefs,
Yeah,
right?
Muslim belief system.
Right. You close. So how do they exalt themselves, right? Yeah, government, definitely government, right? That's definitely a part of it because they exalt themselves against God. Your American government. Go ahead, boy.
I say, like I said, their gods, their praise other gods, so you exalt yourself against God. You not going to trust in the Most High.
That's right. That's right.
You allow all the other nations.
Y'all all on it, man. Y'all on it. Y'all all on it. But what I want you to see is this. Somebody's exalting themselves. Something is being exalted, right? Who is being exalted? What is being exalted, right? Keep going.
Person, like it's like I'm gonna say like it's your birthday, but
Right, right.
like praising you, so
Right.
you basically going against God. The Most High is one.
Who taught them to do that?
Christianity.
Christianity, right? Your Christian pastor, right? And you said, Brother Rogers, right? That's right. Because they are the ones that have exalted themselves up, right? Look at Joel Osteen, right? He exalted himself up. He a big thing, right? Bishop T.D. Jakes, big thing. He exalted himself. Is he telling you to do what the Lord said to? He ain't telling you what to do. He is against God. Because anything that tells you not to do what Christ said is against Christ. They are anti-Christ. You understand? Because anything that exalts themselves above the Lord, anything that says that I'm better than the Lord, they're against God. You are the antichrist. So that Christian church, that government, that oppressor, they have exalted themselves against God. They telling you to go not do what the Lord said do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. So that's what we got to cast down. Keep going.
Come, and bring it into the captivity.
What is captivity? Yeah.
Captivity would be slavery, would be
Right.
mental slavery.
Right.
Uh,
That's it. That's it. You right.
pretty much.
It's pretty much slavery.
You ain't slave. You're a
You
slave.
pretty much slave.
You definitely slave to Christianity, the belief system of America.
Right, right. But we finna flip it on them. We finna flip it on you. I was listening to Busta Rhymes earlier, to Flip Mode Squad, and we finna flip it on them. You understand? Keep going, read it. Keep going from there.
Come, and bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
Pause. So now, what you just said, captivity is what?
Slave.
Captivity is slavery, right? So now we got to take our minds and we got to be slaves for Christ. You understand? Because you was a slave to this oppressor. You was a slave to Christianity. You was a slave to everything that you was inside the world. But now that you out of the world, now you got to be a slave to Christ. You know what I'm saying? All the things that you did in the world, you got to make up for that now that you're in Christ. You know what I'm saying? All the evil things that you were doing, all the drugs you sold, all the whores you slept with, all the things you've done that you shouldn't have did. We got to make up for that, man. You know what I'm saying? That stuff got to be made up for, man. Because that is why you have zeal when you come into here. You know what I'm saying? That's the zeal that you have when you fight through all that stuff. You say, nah, I'm on the right side of the Lord. Let me start doing what's right. You understand? That's how we get that zeal. All right? You got anything y'all want to say? Y'all good? All right, no sweat. All right, keep going.
Come, verse 6. And having in a readiness to
There it is. Keep going, keep going.
come, and having a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
Damn right. So he says, having in readiness to revenge all disobedience. That's what we got to do. That's what we are here for. That's why we in this building right now tonight on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, to be here to revenge our disobedience. Because we did some things that were disgusting in the world. You know what I'm saying? You realize how disgusting you were when you didn't do what the Lord told you to do. You know what I'm saying? How you reveled in it and enjoyed in it. You know what I'm saying? How you enjoy going to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? How you enjoy being a whore. How you enjoy selling drugs, smoking weed, and doing all those things. Now you got to go against that. And you got to revenge that disobedience. You got to revenge that, man. You know what I'm saying? And what does it mean when it says when your obedience is fulfilled? What does that mean? Yeah. You got it. You got it?
When your obedience is fulfilled. So basically, when your desires fulfilled, you feel good about yourself.
I ain't gonna go there. No, not there, because you're going the other way. We now we on the right hand side. When our obedience is fulfilled, what does that mean?
So like I'm get against that if you just dying in the room like you do.
I can see that.
Keep the commandments and you didn't kept them all,
I can see that. I can see that. You close to it, but you ain't there, right? You ain't there with me. Now, let me ask you this. Just like when the Christ said the law has been fulfilled, what does that mean when you say that the law is fulfilled? What does that mean? Is the law done away with? What does that mean? Go ahead. You look like you got a thought on it. Go ahead.
I'm going to shout when Christ said the law is fulfilled. I have done everything right. Now there's no excuse. So everybody can follow the right path.
Right. Yeah, you right there on it, cuz. You right there. You stepping on it. When he said the law is fulfilled, that means that he fulfilled the prophecy, right? That he said that his coming is fulfilled. I did that. That all these things I was going to do is fulfilled. So if you fulfill something, that means you have done it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all right there on it. I'm gonna give it to you. Y'all said it. Because when he says your obedience fulfilled, that's like saying we're supposed to have the Passover. You keep the Passover, you have fulfilled your obedience. Because you were supposed to keep the Passover. Now, you have revenge. You're not just keeping the Passover. You finna go all out keeping the Passover. You know what I'm saying? You finna be in there, you finna bring everybody. You bring your kids, you bring your mama, you bring everything when you say, I'm going to revenge disobedience. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm now fulfilling the law. I'm doing what the law told us to do. You understand? Go ahead, woman.
Just like we, used to go out and buy them Easter suits.
Right.
Then we finna go out and spend even more money on these
That's
garments.
right. Damn right. Damn right. Because we revenging that disobedience. You know what I'm saying? We revenging that disobedience. It ain't just we doing what the law. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference of serving the Lord in spirit and in truth. You know what I'm saying? You serving the Lord and you serving Christ in spirit and in truth. You serving him in truth. You doing what the Lord tell you to do. You doing what the law says, right? The law says, love your brother, you love your brother. The law says, don't eat pork, don't eat pork. But when you serving him in spirit and in truth, that means you throwing pork out the way. Pork is disgusting to me now. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to celebrate my birthday because that's disgusting to the Lord. That's the spirit part of it. You're in the same vibe that Christ was in. You saw how Christ was turning over tables and cutting folks off. You know what I'm saying? You saw how he was doing it. We got to do it in the same spirit. You know what I mean? So that's the revenge of disobedience, all right? I ain't mean to keep harping on that, but y'all got any questions on that? No sweat. Keep going. Let's read verse 7.
Verse 7. Do we eat, look on things after outward appearance?
Mm-hmm.
If any man trust to himself that he is Christ, let him of himself think this again, that and he is Christ, even so are we Christ.
All right. So let me ask you a question. Knowing what we just talked about, what does it mean when it says, do you look on the things after the outward appearance? What are we talking about? Do you look on things after the outward appearance? Go ahead.
Like that'd be more talking about kind of like your Christian pastors. They have them on their hour where they look in your eyes, they look like they holy, stand up man, stand up for Christ, but really they doing probably every evil thing.
That's right.
You can think of.
That's right. Because you look good on the outside, right? You look good on the outside. Yeah. So hand up. You gonna say something too?
I will say, like I said, once you find the truth and you figure out everything, you can look at life at a different perspective.
Right.
You just be like, nah, this ain't right.
That's right.
So,
That's right. You gotta look at it different, right? Because what's all both of y'all got heavy points right there. Definitely right. Because when you look at some on the outside, like you said, that crystal pastor, he look good. He, like you said, he in that Easter suit. You know what I'm saying? His diamonds shining. You know what I'm saying? The Easter pink. You know what I'm saying? He's shining. He looking good. But that's on the outside. You know what I mean? And then you take it to the side, take it to the truth. You look at these other Israelites. They say they in the truth. I was watching a video earlier, man. They said they said we changing what Thanksgiving is about. Brother said he even said Shalom in there. What threw me off? Brother said we changing the meaning of Thanksgiving. We taking away the definition. And these brothers had ham on there. They had pork on there. Did you see it? Man, that shit was wild. Like that was so wild, man. Seeing that in there, man. To seeing how they was talking about we taking away the meaning of Thanksgiving, but we still gonna celebrate, and we still gonna have idols in this. We still gonna have pork. You know what I mean? We still gonna have all this stuff, man. I don't know who they was. I don't know who they was. Did you see who they were? I ain't see who they were.
I'm trying to figure out who they was.
They said Shalom. So if anybody out there saying Shalom, then you part of that. You understand? Stop saying that Shalom madness, man. You part of that. You understand? That Shalom ain't for us. That ain't what it is. You understand? But yeah, so just don't look on the outside. Just because you say you got fringes on your t-shirt, that don't mean you in the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't what's on the outside. All right? Read after that. Read on keep going. If any man.
If any man trusts to himself that he is Christ, let him of himself think this again.
They said, let him of himself think again. Just because you think you in Christ, just because you done came into the truth now, just because you come into the eyes you became, just because you think you in the truth. Don't be so sure that you are in the truth. Because you could be in here deceiving yourself. Because you in the truth, you come to class, you come to camp, but you still out here celebrating Christmas. You still out here celebrating these holidays. You still out here celebrating your birthday. You ain't in the truth, huh? You ain't in the truth. You ain't in the truth. You say you in the truth, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be wary of what you're doing because you think you're in the truth, but you're not, man. You understand? He says, if any man think to himself, trust to himself that he is Christ, let himself think again. You understand? Because we all the same, man. We all the same. We all struggling trying to get right, struggling trying to do what the Lord tells us to do. We got to fight these demons on a regular basis. You understand? All right, let's move on, man. Matthew chapter 12. You got a warning. Let's hit that.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 43.
Now, this right here is what we're talking about. Now, you fight that demon. You fight that demon. You finally got rid of the demon. You understand? This is what happens. Let's keep going.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none.
So that unclean spirit, he got out of it. You defeated that unclean spirit. You now in the ISPK, home of the truth, under Commander Junior Hunter since 1969. Right. Them unclean spirits you was fighting with, they gone. Right? And they looking for somewhere to go. They ain't got nowhere to go. Keep going.
Come from 44. Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished.
He said he find it empty, swept, and garnished. That unclean spirit went out. You cleaned up, but he come back. He see that you got it real nice, real clean enough. You know what I'm saying? You got it swept and garnished, right? When he said that garnish part, I had to read that and I had to figure out what he was talking about. That garnish part, that's talking about you decorating it. You know what I'm saying? Your house is not, it's another season. It's not the same season, right? It might have been fall when it left. Now it's Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? Now it's winter time, whatever, right? Now you garnish because you got Christmas trees and all that stuff, right? Keep going.
Verse 45. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
Since the last state of that man is worse than the first. Because you had your house, you got it clean. You know what I'm saying? You cleaned yourself up. You keeping the law. You going to Passover. You keeping these high holy days. You know what I'm saying? You even keeping the feast days. Right. Going to Sabbath service, doing all that. Your house is clean. You swept. You nice and clean to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That demon come back. Now you got somewhere to stay. You understand? But that demon ain't coming back by itself. You understand? He ain't coming back by himself. He got, what do you say? He got 7 more. He got 7 more. You understand? He got 7 more.
More wicked.
More wicked. You understand? More wicked than himself. Damn right. They say even more wicked than that. You understand? Now he finna be comfortable. That's why I say even it says that the last state of the man is worse than the first if you let those demons come back in. Right. You understand? That's why we gotta fight, man. That's why we gotta fight these demons. Because these demons on us heavy, man. They want to come back in. You got your house all nice and clean. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nice and clean house. You understand? You know what I'm saying? I like to have a nice house clean when I come back to it. You know what I'm saying? That demon said the same thing. He bringing 7 of them with him. So we got to fight these demons so we can fight that and keep going. That's why they say as you keep going up in rank, you're going to have different battles. Your battles getting harder and harder. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get more and more. Just like when you came into the school, right? When you was a young man before, then you came a trooper. I'm sure your battles that you had when you were a young man are not the same that you having right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you cleaned yourself up. Now you got more demons coming at you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. All right. So like, all right. It says, even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation, man. That's why, so we said it, man. Well, that's why we got to fight, man. We got to fight these demons. We got to do what the Lord tell us to do, man. Because if we do what the Lord tell us to do, we're going to win this battle. We're going to win this war. We're going to be successful, just like the Lord said in Deuteronomy chapter 28, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be successful, and we're going to win all of these things. You understand? He got blessings for us that we're supposed to be in rulership. We're supposed to be in power. And we'll have that if we do what the Lord tells us to do, if we do the right thing, man. You understand? With that, man, y'all got any questions, man? Y'all got anything y'all want to say? Anything you want to add to the class? So favor you to all. Sure. All right. If y'all ain't got no questions, man, I'm gonna pass it over to the brother real quick. I'm gonna let this brother read this prayer. You understand? Because they're gonna kick us out of here anyway in shortly. I was gonna give you this one right here. I don't know if you wanted that one. You want that one? No sweat. All right. All right. We'll read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. We're gonna let a little trooper Salakia, trooper Quanah, we'll let trooper Quanah read it. So we're gonna say Amazon, which means to stand. Wapa Yahakudah means turn and face the east. We're gonna let the trooper read the Hebrew tonight.
Come. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanao.
Abanah,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kadash.
Quadash,
Hayah.
Hayah,
Shemka.
Shemka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Alawataka.
Malawak,
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah,
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka,
Hayah.
Hayah,
Aj.
Ash,
Batarataza.
Batarasa,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Hayah.
Hayah,
Bashamayim.
Bashemai.
Natham.
Uh,
Natham.
Gatham,
Lalawan.
Lanawan,
Lakam.
Zakar,
Kal.
Kar,
Wariwam. Yawam.
Yawam,
Wasalakanawa.
Wasalakanaw,
Shawatanawa. Kawatanawa. Kawawatanawa.
Kawawatnaw,
Kasalakanawa.
Kasalaknaw,
Kawawatanawa.
Kawawatyanaw,
Kawatanawa.
Kawawatnaw,
Kawawatanawa.
Kawawatyanaw,
Wala.
Wala,
Tabawatanawa.
Ya, Anawa,
Tabaya Ananawa.
Ana, Tabaya, Anawa, Tabaya,
Anwa.
yeah.
Tabawa Ananawa.
Tabaya,
Tabaya Anawa.
there you go.
Tabaya Anawa.
Tabaya, Anawa.
Bana.
Banasai, Banasai one.
Banasayawan.
Banasai one.
Abba.
Above.
Hayawasanawa.
How now?
Haya.
How shine now?
Hayoshanawa. Hawa Shanawa.
Shine.
Shanawa.
There you go.
Hawa Shana.
I will shine now.
Hawa Shanawa.
How shine now?
Mayam.
Maya,
Ra.
Ra,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Ka.
Ka,
Hamalakawa.
Kamala,
Hamalak. Hamalak.
Kamala.
Hamalak. Hamalak.
What?
Malo. Hamalak.
What? There you go.
Hamalak.
There you go. Hamala.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Hatapara.
What else? Nice. Waha. Waha the park. Waha the park.
Waha the power.
Waha the park.
Walalawam.
La I wala yo.
La I Galawam.
La I wala yo.
La I Walayam.
La I wala yo.
Aman.
Amah. Everybody, get that brother hand, man. I'm sorry, man.
I said,
You too wild, man. You did it.
it sounded, I said, I'm trying to do it.
You too wild. God did it, man.
This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
God in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done,
in earth
in earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive our debts
and forgive our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Everybody, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right, we're gonna do one courtesy salute. Do a courtesy salute. Minister Israel, I match him. Like you, I match him. I match Shabbat. I match him. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. That's the top. We'll do one courtesy salute to the sister. Turn the face, turn the sharp and turn the face to the sister. We'll do salute the sister. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak, Yahweh Shema and the thought by Shem Yahweh Shah. That's what we're talking. Class dismissed.
I told him.